haven't turned in your resume on the horse and the music that you want to use, please do so a half hour ago. They look so lonely, you're more than welcome to. That's where the overflow crowd goes. It's about minus 15 degrees outside, I think. And the only heat we have at Tacoma unit is you guys. So we want to give you an opportunity. Again, I want to remind everyone when the parade is over that you're invited to go back to the barns in the arena and visit with all the stallion owners. That's what they're here for, to promote their stallions. So we encourage you to go back to the, give you a chance to see what cutting was. I know there's a lot of you that do go to a lot of horse shows. Some of you don't always get around to some of the horse shows. And we want to give you the opportunity to see the Old West cutting. It's one of the most popular equine sports in America. And ladies and gentlemen, our first horse is Max Pepe, ridden by Jeff Sleeman. Let's give Jeff a hand. Max Pepe was born on the King Ranch in Texas. Max Pepe is the son of Mr. Sam Pepe, who still stands on the King Ranch. Max is a sorrel stallion standing 15 one hands, weighs 1,200 pounds, and is 12 years old. Max is extremely well-mannered, kind-hearted, and gentle. He has produced excellent show and working cow horses, passing his athletic ability and easygoing nature to his offspring. Recent accomplishments read like this. He placed first in the 1992 Cut and Loose Series at the Trails in Olympia, Washington, in the 700 novice, and placed third in the series in the 500 novice. He took Jeff's son, who's in high school, to Rookie Cutter of the Year for the Washington State High School Rodeo Association in 1991. He placed first in 1992 and second in 1991 for the Washington State High School Rodeo Association, qualifying for national competition. He competed at the National High School Finals in Shawnee, Oklahoma in July of 1991. Out of 167 cutters, Max placed 26th after the first go. With a rookie cutter and Max's first national finals, it was a very impressive showing. Overall, he showed very well, and they were very pleased with his performance. For those of you that haven't seen cutting before, basically when they had the cattle brought in for the roundup, this is the way they sorted the cattle and brought them out of the herd and separated them, whether it be for doctoring, branding, whatever. And it's evolved into the cutting industry today, where basically they've got about 2.5 minutes to separate a cow from the herd, and you've got the turnback people who help push the cow back at Jeff. But Jeff's job is to keep that one away from the herd. We just need to get the herd back by the back fence. A little bit more about Max Pepe. He's the kind of horse you'd trust your 10-year-old daughter to saddle and ride by herself. He is gentle, kind, and a joy to be around. He is also a great cutting horse that is just now being shown by professionals, amateurs, and children, all in the same shows. Max is by the great Mr. Sam Pepe, and out of a King Ranch mare by the name of Max Chiante. Max was brought up as a 2-year-old from the King Ranch and was just used in breeding, and for a number of years until they bought him 2 years ago, and now they're also being shown along with breeding. Those cows want to be down there instead, apparently. Anyway, they want to invite you to come back to the Stallion Alley when they're all through and visit with them about the horse. He is being offered at $650 through this season, but if you book today, there's $50 off. And again, I'll tell you, you will not find any better pedigree in the Cutting Horse Association than Mr. Sam Pepe, who is this horse's sire. Okay. See, Max is so good, he scares him right on out of there. As you can see, you can probably see where it originally evolved, moving the cattle back. He's going to go back into the herd and try to pull another one out, get one that's a little more active, that'll test the horse a little better. Oh, Jeff's going to do it today. Jeff says don't announce it in case I don't do it. But he said, if everything feels right, I'm going to take the bridle off and cut a cow without the bridle. The true great cutting horses should be able to do this. They should be, but only the really good ones can. Again, they work instinctively against the cattle. The horse has to have cow, has to have the desire to work, and with the pedigree this horse has, it is just flat bred into him. Matter of fact, he's so good he can cut 3 at one time. Oh, here we go. Now we've selected one. Now when I take the bridle off my horse and ride like that, he moves a little bit like that, except for he's looking for a place to buck me off, so that's the difference. Watch the horse move off his hind end, and how quick and athletic he is in the front, back and forth, always staying a step ahead of the cow. All right, let's give him a big hand. That's the way to do it. We didn't have as good a chance to settle the herd as we liked, so it was a tough situation to cut under, and he did a super job. Let's give Max Pepe a hand as he takes a turn around the arena. An own son of Mr. Sam Pepe, up from the King Ranch in Texas. All right, I guess, do we have it all set up to bring the cattle out back there? Or are we going to bring them out the side, Bernie? Right out the back? Okay. There he is, all right. As a weanling, Color Me class was shown at halter from Tucson to Bakersfield with numerous wins. He was shown locally as a yearling, and he accumulated 13 lifetime paid halter points. As a 2-year-old, he was shown under saddle, where the winning nature continued. He earned his ROM in Western Pleasure and won over $1,800 in futurities. As a 3-year-old, he continued to get better, winning his ROM in Hunter under saddle, and began to jump and game. By the start of his 4-year-old year, he was clearing clean 5-feet jumps and showing speed in the barrels that no one had expected in July of last year when he went to the Paint World Show, where he was 3rd overall in Junior Hunter Hack and 5th in Working Hunter, and finished 10th in the open all-ages jumping over fences. The jump-off was timed. He ended 1992 with the NWCC High Point in the following events. He was the High Point Junior Hunter Hack, Junior Working Hunter, Junior Jumping, Junior Barrels, Junior Poles, Junior Western Riding, and he was High Point All-Around Horse with the Southwest Washington Club and with the Mount Rainier Paint Horse Club. He has points in 10 different events and is an APHA champion. Doing all that, he even picked up 6 more halter points. This year he will be standing until April, at which time he will go off for his racing points. We're going to try to make him the 40th horse, and he's always been one of the big hits, and we just insisted he come back. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This year, once again, they're proud to present Favory 2, Bonacera 3. He is owned by Seal and Tony Noble of Charlie Horse Acres in Graham, Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the magnificent Lipizzan stallions. To those who know him, he is simply called FB. It's a lot easier to say than Favory Bonacera. FB possesses all the well-known Lipizzan characteristics, which are superior disposition, substantial bone, and substance, and superb fluid movement. These desirable characteristics FB passes on to his offspring. His first foals, now 6-year-olds, are succeeding in many areas. Favory Amorosa has Junior Halter and English Pleasure championships to his credit. Nadia is a competent Western trail horse, as well as excelling in driving. Favory Materia is in 3rd and 4th level dressage. Pandora takes her owner's husband on extended trail rides. Lipizzans are very versatile and willing. Lipizzan crossbreds inherit FB's substantial bone, fluid movement, and kind temperament. The most common crosses are with thoroughbreds, Arabians, Quarter Horse, Morgan, and Appaloosa. FB says, I want out. No, you got to show off to the folks, FB. His stud fee is only $600 for a live, healthy foal guarantee. FB is now 15 2-hands tall. He weighs 1,100 pounds, has 9-inch cannon bone below the knee, and measures 10.5 inches below the hock. FB is registered with the United States Lipizzan Registry, and with the he just wanted to come over and say hello. And he's also registered with the American Warm Blood Society. All his foals are eligible for registration with both USLR and AWS. Many can be registered with 3rd registry due to the mare's lineage. He's going to roll. He wants to get all that beautiful white dirty. In 1992, FB competed very successfully in the Tacoma Unit Winter Dressage Schooling Series with Debbie Noble Perry as the rider. Last spring, Seal rode him and managed his breeding activities, while Debbie had a foal of her own named Sarah. Yay, Debbie. Debbie took over training and showing once again in the summer. Now FB is teaching Seal Piaffe and Passage under the guidance of international coach and judge, Mr. Charles DeCunfee. Among FB's many awards are 1989 High Point West Coast Lipizzan Stallion, 1989 Pacific Northwest Lipizzan Association Champion Stallion, 1989 Pacific Northwest Lipizzan Association High Point Dressage Award. In 1990, he was the U.S. Dressage Federation second place Lipizzan, 1990 U.S. Dressage Federation first level performance certificate, and in 1990 qualified for the American Horse Show Association's first level dressage championship. FB again is standing at Charlie Horse Acres in Graham, just a short ride from the Tacoma unit. Lipizzan crossbreds inherit, again, FB's substantial one that's been with us for the first time here this year, and we are very proud to have him. Okay. We'd like to introduce to you at this time Siobhan G.A.S.B. That's for the German Arabian stud book. Hanomar Arabians and the Hanna family have graciously consented to bring Siobhan. Straight from Germany, he's a purebred Arabian stallion. It says here Siobhan is a registered Trakehner sire and the only Arabian stallion approved in the United States. Now it says Siobhan is an approved international sport horse sire, a first again for an Arabian as well. What kind of horse is this? He's a good one, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Germany. An incredible horse who has competed in Europe in the 100-day performance testing against all breeds. Siobhan more than excelled. He dominated the competition. The Tacoma Registry invited the stallion to improve their breed, an honor not bestowed on many. What this stallion has to offer to every serious horseman is breed improvement ability recognized by registries and governments alike. Siobhan is well known in German horses and hunter horses you'll find, and this is the only Arabian stallion that we're aware of that has been allowed into their registry to improve their breed. Just like the quarter horses brought in the thoroughbreds to improve the breed, they've allowed this Arabian stallion into the Tacoma Registry. Siobhan's pedigree is just as impressive as the show record. Siobhan is 75% Egyptian with 4 crosses to Nazir and goes back to the Polish, Wisnu, and the English Nassim lines. This 12-year-old active breeding stallion. There's Derek Anderson aboard Siobhan. That's what you came to watch.
Debbie.
This 12-year-old active breeding stallion was seen here with Melinda Hanna, who a month ago gave birth to the new addition, Matthew Hanna. Is Matthew out there with you? I think he's in front of Daddy. Siobhan is a 15 3-hand stallion. He exhibits incredible kindness and sensitivity with Hanna's 10-year-old daughter, Mandy. If beauty, size, athletic ability, and credibility are not enough to catch and hold you, then this intelligence and disposition, which are equally impressive, should. This exciting and beautiful stallion is being stood at the Hanamar Arabians in Aloha, Oregon. His fee for 1993 is $1,500 with a live foal guarantee. They also offer transported semen. Look forward to seeing Siobhan and his foals in 1993. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the rare stallions you'll find that can improve any breed. Again, the Tacoma Registry has adopted this horse. He dominated the competition in the 100-day test over there. And he's been imported to the United States, hopefully to spend the rest of his life. Is that the case? He's 12 years old right now. He'll be here the rest of his life to help improve the Arabian industry and just give them the incredible athletic ability and the temperament that's so important in a show horse. Is that Mandy out in the middle? That must be Mandy. She's going to take care of her stallion and help Derek Anderson. And a tremendous stallion. One of the only Arabian stallions ever put into the Tacoma Registry to help improve that breed, offer a little class and refinement. Let's give him a hand. I think Mandy can handle it, can't she? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Siobhan from we'll call him PC. PC is a beautiful 3-year-old mahogany chestnut Tobiano. He is 15 hands and still growing. PC is leggy and has a great top line. He has a long upright neck and a refined head and a huge eye. PC was bred by Fred and Ardith Holmes at Celebration Acres. He's Copycat. Copycat has won almost every halter award at the Pinto Horse Club of America. He is also 2-time national champion and was Pinto champion at only 3 years old. Copycat also earned the prestigious Horse of the Year award in 3 events. He's a pretty moving thing. Whoa! He can get in the ground and turn around. From his sire, PC inherited his beautiful head, halter conformation, flashy color, and that I'm too cool attitude the judges love. PC's dam is a beautiful golden Palomino saddlebred. She is a producer of champion foals. From his dam, PC gets his size, long upright neck, big eyes, and lots of trot. PC made his first appearance in the show ring when he was 3 months old. He came home with 5 wins. They knew then they had something special. PC hasn't let him down. With limited showing in 1992, PC went triple grand junior champion colt at the Washington Big 6 show. At the Linden show, he went 2 times grand champion stallion all ages. PC will be started under saddle in 1993, and they expect him to follow in his father's footsteps and excel in English pleasure and Western pleasure classes. 1993 is PC's first year standing at stud. They feel he would produce foals with size, type, and beautiful color. You can take advantage of his reasonable introductory fee of $400. Seahan Stallion, imported from the Irwin Ranch in Canada. His sire is Sir Colonel. He was their proudest possession, an incredible breeding stallion, and a superb individual whose bloodlines, through his sons and daughters, are making an indelible mark in the quarter horse, paint, and Appaloosa industry. Sir Colonel's record from the horse shows is a phenomenal 3,749 paints, an average of 73 points per horse. Sir Colonel is an AQHA champion, earning points in halter, pleasure, heading, and heeling. It's interesting to note, because of his wonderful disposition and pleasurable way of moving, Sir Colonel won the first 2 driving classes held in British Columbia. Skipper Colonel's Irwin's dam was Lucy Irwin, a champion halter and performance point. Admiral Sullivan is an Appaloosa sport horse stallion. He's chestnut and white. He stands 16 hands, is 1,350 pounds. Admiral is a true gentleman in every sense of the word. His disposition is beyond compare, and is passed to all of his babies. Admiral has been crossed with both quarter horse and thoroughbred mares, in addition to Appaloosa mares, and he's passed on his excellent disposition and movement to all his foals. Admiral was undefeated in 1992 in suitability for dressage stallions. Admiral was High Point Appaloosa in the nation in training level dressage. If you want something special in a foal, please think about Admiral Sullivan as your choice. You can stop and see the old man in the V barn. His stud fee is only $750 if booked before March 1st, 1993. This horse has done it all through his years. How old is he, Roberta? 16. Looks like he's about 5 still, doesn't he? Yeah, he's feeling good. The good ones know when they're good. As a matter of fact, in the past, when I've announced a lot of Appaloosa shows, this horse has gone grand champion stallion in halter, and then moved on to the dressage and the sport horse level. He is an absolutely beautiful moving thing. Really gets across the ground. Any way you want to go, whether it's a performance horse, halter horse, this sire can do it for you. If you want to put a little class, a little leg, a little refinement in some of your older type mares, this is the horse that can do it. Again, he's 16'1", 1,350 pounds, all man. Stands in Enumclaw, Washington. If this works, this will be impressive, ladies and gentlemen. You got it? Okay. We have next a 6-year-old American paint horse, Sorrel Overo Stallion. He stands 16 hands and weighs 1,200 pounds. He comes from 2 of the best families in the working horse world. And this might work. This is Casey's Smooth Sabrew. Crank it. Oh yeah, come on, Casey, you can do it. Yeah, there he goes. All right. Casey's Smooth Sabrew, ladies and gentlemen. Sabrew sire is Some Kind of Smooth by Smoothtown. Some Kind of Smooth is an AQHA horse who is known as a producer of open and youth superior performers with many ROM earners and excellent Western pleasure performers. Smoothtown, who's the sire of Some Kind of Smooth, was basically the herd sire of Greg Whalen, the Whalen Ranch, one of the top owners of halter and performance horses in the world. The dam of this horse was never shown, but her pedigree is among the best in the paid horse world. She is Sabru's Fancy by Sabru's Indio. As a sire, Sabru Indio had many accomplishments. At 53 halter point earners for a total of 1,591 points. Let them know if you like anything you see. 65 performance point earners for a total of 3,980 performance points. 25 paint horse champions, 14 national every year. Welcome to Morningstar Training Stables and Marshall's Mini Outfits Come As You Are party. Today's presentation will be a little different in that due to our less than warm winter weather, we will not be presenting the miniatures all clipped. We hope you'll understand and remember that underneath that hair is a miniature horse. Ladies and gentlemen, we threw them in. We have a whole presentation, but everybody was asking us, they said, please bring back Puff. So ladies and gentlemen, here he is once again, Puff the Magic Dragon. Isn't that about the cutest thing you ever saw? It takes a tremendous disposition. Our training stable is a returning 10-year-old black stallion, Martins Kelly. Kelly is 29.5 inches and is a former national grand champion, now retired from the show ring, except for this one performance to say hello to his old friends. Also, in the arena leading the two horses, we have again, and we need to give these folks a big hand. They're a tremendous support to our Stallion Parade. We have Andy Angelo and R.P. McMurphy from K106, the country radio station. Andy Angelo, she looks like you've got your hands full today with not one but two miniature stallions. Almost a matched pair, aren't they? These are the yearling stallions, folks. 4M's Premier Edition, owned by Nancy and Riley Moore of Port Orchard, Washington. I'm told this little guy is for sale, so here's your chance to own one of these little ones. The other stallion is MMO Paladin of Marshall's Mini Outfit. There may be a story connected with his name. These little ones are both under 25 inches around, and the people, Glenn and Dolores Bergstrom, are just as fun to have with us as the horse. Impressive Sugar Moon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring him in the arena. There he is. Big, black, and beautiful. Sugar Moon, he's won many awards, including the High Point Circuit and many grand championships. We need the horseshoer Becky to the show office. The horseshoer Becky, please come to the show office. Look at this horse move. Sugar Moon has a superior disposition, and he's a delight to show. Sugar Moon's foals have won at halter, and the older ones are now in training under saddle, and they're also doing very well. These foals are excelling in Zooks. While the Pasofino is new to the United States, it has been in South America for 500 years. The Pasofino is descended from the Spanish Barb, Andalusian, and Spanish Jeanette, where the Pasofino gets its gait. These were the horses that Columbus brought to the New World. Americans discovered these fine, smooth horses in the 1950s and began importing them. They are becoming popular, well-suited for any horseman's needs. There are approximately 18,000 in the United States today. The gaits of the Pasofino are the classic Fino. Not all Pasafinos are able to exhibit this highly exciting form of the gait. The classic Fino is executed fully collected. The forward speed is very slow and the footfall is extremely rapid, while the steps and extension are exceedingly short. The Paso Corto forward speed is moderate, ground covering, but unhurried, executed with medium extension and stride. Collection varies with class requirements. 92 Lake Washington Saddle Club show last June, he won both his Bay of Forma and Bay of Forma championship classes. He was first place Classic Fino and first place Performance Stallion. Ejemplo's strong, natural performance gait and wonderful willing disposition is continuously passed on to his foals. Ejemplo is an amazing horse with lots of heart. He will be standing at Gold Star Farm in Sultan, Washington to a limited number of Pasofino mares, usually shown with two handlers on long lines. Depending on the horse's particular style, he must exhibit the Classic Fino or Paso Corto in the lines. Young and older horses may be shown on the line with one handler, or one handler may drive the horse with two lines. Most exhibitors show with two handlers in order to best exhibit the gait to the judge. We found the owner of the goat. We need to have the goat brought back to the show office. Not in the show office, just outside the show office. Thank you. And Joyce Kegley needs to come to the show office. Is he really 23 years old? That's amazing. In March, he'll be 23 years old. Like I said, if you ever get a chance to ride one of these horses, it's truly a pleasure. He's a 1988 Bay Overo Stallion. Due to the fact that he has an abscess that's just healing, he's a little tender-footed at this time. It's nothing that's really a problem. He's just a little bit ouchy on it still. So if you see that, you'll know why. As you can see, the Big Easy is an eye catcher and turns heads no matter how big the crowd. The Big Easy has been able to accomplish a lot in just two short show seasons. He is a superior Western pleasure horse, and he has his ROM in English, points in amateur and novice amateur Western pleasure. In 1991, he was the NWCC Reserve Junior Western Pleasure Horse, also the RPHC High Point Junior Western Pleasure Horse, NWCC Novice Amateur Western Pleasure Horse, and the RPHC High Point Novice Amateur Horse, along with multiple fraternity winners. Accompanying the Big Easy today is his first foal, that's Easy Lovin' Gal. She is a true black and white and shows promise of being a beautiful rail horse and currently is for sale. The Big Easy produces kind, beautiful, intelligent foals that have the easy winning movement. He's also a prominent black and Bills and Richard and Loretta McInturf. They're in Kent, Washington. Many thanks to all the people who have already booked the Big Easy for the 1993 season. The McInturfs would like to last year. I don't know if he was here before that. He's a fairly young horse, I believe. And as soon as they give me the high sign, we'll bring him on in. The big, beautiful Colorama's Gallant King. There he is. You guys remember him from last year, don't you? People say, as you can see, King is one of the best registered Pinto saddlebred stallions. He's nominated to the National Show Horse Sire in the Northwest. He has the size, 16'3" hands, a sweet disposition, a very nice head, long fine neck, and a smooth body with a wonderful chest and croup. And he also has a lot of substance, but still with type. Plus, he's a high natural trot. He's smooth as silk to ride and loves to pull a four-wheel buggy. His dark bay pinto color is passed on to his foals. Even gray Arabian mares are producing bay pinto foals. They're not only breeding for color, but they want good conformation, disposition, correct legs, and a horse that is trainable, which they're now proud to say they're getting all of those things. They're happy and proud to say his 2.5-year-old half-Arab, half-saddlebred national show horse, Pinto Sun, went top 10 at Scottsdale Show in English Pleasure and top 10 at the U.S. Nationals in English and side saddle. Another half-Arab, half-saddlebred national show horse 3-year-old daughter was reserve champion halter at the Reno Show, plus champion in California, and is on her way to the Scottsdale Show in February. Both of these horses are shown by their owners. They know the King Sire's foals who will do well in English, show, hack, dressage, jumping, western, plus halter. Gallant King comes from a line of champions, and already his sons and daughters are winners. They feel very lucky they were able to find a horse like King. They looked and waited for a horse just like this. So they went to Missouri to see a half-brother to King, but she saw King, and she knew right away that he was the one they wanted. So out to the West Coast he came, and he has made his name very popular by siring excellent foals. His chestnut saddlebred son, King's Bold Legacy, a big, beautiful stallion with a wonderful disposition, is proudly owned by Lawrence and Linda Bowers. They're proud and happy to say that some of their wonderful customers have started their breeding programs with horses by this horse. Western, English, whatever you want. This stallion is incredibly gentle with the mares, and just a real gentleman to be around. Are you going to bring the filly in? Yeah, let's go ahead and bring the filly in. You'll see one of his babies. This is Christine Hanna, by the way, right here from Tacoma Boards Your Horses here, is riding this horse. And they're bringing in one of the beautiful babies. This is En Vogue. She is proudly owned by Christina Hanna, who is riding the sire. She is a registered half-Arabian saddlebred national show horse. King and the Ronalds are very proud of her. She has won 11 first-place halter ribbons already. She has 5 championships in Class A shows and open shows, and she's just 10 months old. She loves to show, and Christine says she is easy to work with. She'd like to thank Christine for working with King the last month and a half, and you're doing a great job riding him. Barbara wants you to know that. They've also been showing in the open shows, which is, he's gotten all blues, and his filly has gotten all blues in halter. The horses by this horse are selling really well. They just, the Ronalds have a number of mares, and here he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's Alaskan bred, and he's born in the shadow of North America's highest and greatest mountain, Denali. Affectionately called DC, with Joyce Kegley up, he is showing his ability as a hunter on the flat and over fences. He's a 6-year-old classic Arabian stallion. He stands 15-2 hands with a long sloping shoulder, short back, strong loin, long hip, and smoothness of coupling. He has the body of a national winning athlete. More importantly, DC is known for his kind and willing temperament and versatility. Temperament, balance, athletic ability, and length of stride are his greatest and most enduring qualities. And he reminds us all of the true meaning of legacy, something received from an ancestor. His pedigree contains lines to some of the breed's most significant horses: In Draft, Furzan, Abu Farwa, Cyanide, Skoronek, Sunshine, Raffles, Sinbad, and Farana. His sire and dam were both far advanced in their years at the time of his conception, bringing to fruition the finest old Arabian breeding in 1986. DC lived his first years growing and playing in the land of the midnight sun, and that is where his show career began. In 1988, he was Alaska State Arabian Champion 2-year-old. Then in 1989, the Gold Rush Fraternity Grand Champion and Alaska State Champion Stallion as a 3-year-old. In the fall of 1989, his owners Since he was 6 months of age, that was Vicky and Craig Foster, moved from Alaska to Olympia, Washington, bringing with them their Arabian training, breeding, and boarding facility, and also their Rottweiler kennels. Their facility, Northwind Arabian Stallions, Stables and Kennels, is located on the Yelm Highway in Olympia. Early in 1990, DC went into training with Joyce Kegley, trainer and owner of Kegley Ranch, and there started his show career in the lower 48 states. Some of DC's accomplishments are 1990 Region 4 Top 5 Junior Western Mexican Azteca Stallion in the United States, Olmeco. Presented by one of the top trainers in the country. His name is Sebastian Zarate from Mid-Valley Stables of West Laco, Texas. Our trainer here hails originally from the beautiful mountain area of Puebla, Mexico, and has been involved with training of Andalusian and quarter horses and Aztecas most of his life. You will see this horse respond brilliantly to different disciplines of high schooling, which include the passage. It's a suspended and elevated gait of which the horse marks perfectly the extended movement. The piaffer, a very rhythmic, high, impulsive march in place. The Spanish walk is a slow, animated walk, elevating the forelegs while maintaining collection. These movements are alternated with half passes, pirouettes, and lead changes at different tempos. Nothing artificial is used in the training of the Aztecas. They are very well suited for these movements because of their natural balance, conformation, and agility. Our trainer here is Sebastian Zarate. He believes in the diverse training and has a program implementing the training in cutting cattle, reining, classical dressage, jumping to pleasure. So not just what you see here, these horses can do it all. As a matter of fact, some people I know who have been around horses for years. Truly some of the greatest riders and greatest horses that have ever come along as far as training to do anything have been the Spanish bullfighting horses, the old Portuguese bullfighting horses, and this is the type of thing you're seeing right now, with a tremendous discipline. For those of you that maybe a couple of years ago had a chance to see the freestyle reining from the Quarter Horse Congress in Columbus, Ohio, it was a horse just like this that came in against all the top quarter horse reiners and the quarter horses in the world and won the class. For those of you that have quarter horse mares, the Azteca, this horse is rated A. He's a purebred Azteca. You can breed your quarter horse mares to this stallion and get a registered Azteca. breed your quarter horse mares to this, to this stallion, they start doing this at birth. You don't even have to train them. They walk that way right out of the womb. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you like him? Bring him in. Here's Cowboy Quest. He's an exceptionally well-mannered stallion, which he passes those good manners on to all his foals. He produces size, color, disposition, and athletic ability to do it all. In 1988, as a 4-year-old, his first year of showing, Cowboy received the 1988 Western Canadian National PTHA Champion Disciplined Rail. In 1988, he was the Big Six PTHA Show Awards in High Point Horse, Grand Champion Halter, High Point Junior Horse English, Reserve High Point Junior Horse, and Reserve High Point Amateur English and Western. Cowboy received 22 firsts out of 28 classes. That's a pretty impressive show record. He earned his ROM in Western Pleasure, PTHA, at this show. That was called Backfield in Motion. Bernie, were you applauding or were you just trying to save your life? Smoothie! There he is. I'll tell you what, it isn't often that this kind of horse comes to the Northwest. He's a world champion sire. He's by the immortal stallion Smoothtown, who was one of the top stallions down in California for years and years. He has the world champion 3-year-old stallion out of My Quintessence, world champion youth mares. Smoothie is a 1981 AQHA champion stallion. He's being handled by Don Avila of D-Bar Farms, and Brad White is handling the horse today for Don. Smoothie was shown 97 times during his career by Greg Whalen. Out of 97 classes, he won 89 of them. He has 65 Grand and Reserve Grand champions. Smoothie was absolutely undefeated in this 2-year-old year. He was the sire of world and reserve champions at halter, a multiple superior halter horse producer, halter and performance ROM producer, and he has sired many halter fraternity winners. In fact, his foals took money home in every fraternity class they have ever entered, and he received a buckle for the highest number of get entered at the Northwest Quarter Horse Congress, one of the largest quarter horse shows on the West Coast. It was held right here at Tacoma Unit last October. Hopefully a lot of you were here to see it. Tony put on a little show for him with Matador, then Matador gave each of them a ride bareback at Liberty. He looked like he was walking on eggs. He could tell the kids had never been on a horse before. and he didn't lose a single one. The last child to ride belonged to one of the chaperones and owned a pony of her own. Matt immediately sensed she could ride and started off into an easy jog that went into a slow canter for her. The kids left with big eyes, big smiles, and lots of thank yous. Matador hasn't been on the show circuit much because Tony's other recreational interests haven't left much time for it. But she's had him in training this winter with Derek and Carrie Anderson at Emerald Lane and hopes to see you at more shows in this coming season. Matador will be standing the 1993 season at Dweez Arabians near Woodville. His stud fee is only $500 for purebreds and $350 for all others. Just like Dan Quayle always says, if I only had a brain. That's what you get with Matador. Him and his babies, just tremendous, gentle, willing attitude. First year shown, and he was in the championship class in 6 of the 7 shows. He was reserve grand champion twice. Olay was shown at the 1992 Cascade Cow Cutters Fraternity, and he was the highest placing paint horse. In 1993, his breeding fee is $600, the booking fee $100. If booked before February 1st, the stud fee is only $550. The mare care is $650 wet and $6 dry. He can get around. For the paint horse that can do both ride and halter, plus has a tremendous disposition, here he is. This horse goes back to scribbles on the top side, bursary bars on the bottom side. You don't find any better breeding in the paint industry than that. He's a truly athletic horse. He's a halter horse that rides. That's what you want to see. Just wanted to let you know, the owners wanted you to know that he has a slight stone bruise. So if he's a little ouchy in the front, he's got a stone bruise, and that's why he's walking just a little funny, kind of like you stepping on a nail and getting it in the hoof, and so he's just going to be a little ouchy for a couple of days. Joshua. He's full of all the charm, charisma, animation, and versatility that makes Morgan the favorite with everyone. Arcadian Joshua is a 1989 Morgan Stallion. He stands 15'1" hands high, is dark chestnut and has a beautiful head, perfect conformation, and best of all, a wonderful temperament. As a 4-year-old, Arcadian Joshua already has numerous accomplishments in the show ring, including winning the ladies side saddle class at the 1992 Key Classic Morgan Horse Show, and a junior English pleasure class as well. Arcadian Joshua competes in English pleasure, hunter pleasure, pleasure driving, halter, classic pleasure driving, and side saddle. Next year, he will be making his debut in Western pleasure, trail, and hunter over fences. If you remember the Italian Stallion, you can see where he got his good looks and athleticism. This is the nice moving horse. In addition to being a successful show horse and a wonderful family horse, Arcadian Joshua comes from a very well-known family. His dam is Beckridge Coquet, has won many English pleasure and pleasure driving championships, while his full brother, Arcadian Jonathan, is a park and park harness winner, and his full sister won her first championship this summer at regionals in ladies and junior horse park harness. His sire is Tommy Townsend RKV, is very well known. He used to announce a lot of Morgan shows, haven't done very many of them in the last few years, and I forgotten how nice a horse they are. Man, I'll tell you what. And again, one of the most important aspects here is that this is truly a family horse. Whether it's the husband, wife, kids ride, everybody can ride the horse. Absolutely excellent disposition. Old Townsend RKB, the Italian Stallion would be proud. Beautiful choice of music for this presentation too, wasn't it? What a super nice horse. Thanks, ladies, for bringing him out. King's Bowl Legacy is a 4-year-old American saddlebred, currently in driving training at Morris Arabians in Stanwood, Washington. Unfortunately, we had some problems with the cart, but we still want to show you the horse and how he moves. He's being driven by Mo Morris for his first public appearance. Mo has been training King's Bowl Legacy for about 6 months, and he has just started under saddle. This young stallion's actions are all natural, big, bold, very fluid, with lots of action. And I've had the pleasure of watching Mo train horses for many, many years, and I'll guarantee you, with Mo with the reins, this horse's future is very, very bright. King's Bowl Legacy stands 17 hands, he weighs 1,200 pounds, and he's still growing. His size, beautiful copper color, and bold white markings make him stand out in any crowd. The last show that this young stallion was shown in halter was an all-breed show at the trails in Olympia. He won both stallion and all-breed halter classes without even trying. And there was more than 2 horses in the class. As a yearling, he went reserve champion at Maverick Riders Fraternity, but 4 months later, he was skin and bones. He was already 16 hands, but only weighed 720 pounds when they got him. Unfortunately, this horse had been neglected, and there wasn't too much there to see. But after a lot of time and a whole bunch of TLC, he's become the beautiful young stallion you see today. King's Bowl Legacy sire, Colorama's Gallant King, a Pinto halter champion who you saw earlier today with 16 hands. He is the great-grandsire. Modern Creation, also a Pinto, is a world champion. Yes, and he's a stallion. This horse is sired by Smoky Commander. For those of you that maybe haven't been around for a few years, Smoky Commander was one of the top quarter horses in the Northwest. He used to be here at the Stallion Parade. He's a little older now and doesn't get out as much. But as you can see, his sons are carrying on the legacy and their tradition. On the bottom side, he goes back to Coaster's Cowboy. Tremendous paint breeding, both top and bottom, paint and quarter horse. He stands for $550, handled by Bonnie Graham. He stands at Midnight Breeze Ranch in Ravensdale, Washington.